Hi everyone, it's Dawn Fisher, Morning Glory Needleworks. Welcome to my 78th FlossTube video. Um, I, as always, thank you to everybody who subscribed, commented, liked my channel, and I'm going to do my little intro blurb. I know I always do, and you can skip it if you want. That's fine. But all the links to the my Morning Glory Needleworks Etsy shop, Instagram, Stitch of the Month Facebook group, Morning Glory Needleworks Facebook group, the Buy Me a Coffee website if you'd like to donate a couple dollars to help me put on these videos. All those links are in the comments, under the comments description section. Also, I break my videos into chapters, so there'll be a chapter for each section I talk about. So all you have to do is click on the timestamp next to the title of the chapter, and it will take you directly to that section. So it's the 15th of April, 2025. Lots been going on, so I'm really excited. Well, kind of a lot, not a lot. I'll tell you in a minute. But anyway, I've got a lot of fun things to talk about. So for my life update, I really haven't been doing much for the last week because I've had a cold. It's a little better now. Sorry, but for the last week, about all I did was lay on the couch and I did stitch. So that's good. And when I wasn't stitching, I was taking naps. I'm doing better. It's now settled, into my chest. I have a cough. It's not COVID. After a couple of days, I did take a COVID test just to make sure, because I was supposed to go to a 1 day stitch-in with friends at a local library, but I was still sick and I did not want to share. But anyway, I took a COVID test and it was definitely negative. So I was very happy to hear that. It was, cold wasn't real bad, but it's a cold. I had a sore throat, really stuffy nose. Um, I am still coughing some. Uh, I I think I left the house for the first time in a week today. I had to go pick up a prescription and some kitty litter and spent $82 because that's what you do when you go to Publix. But I had a huge coughing fit in the store and I felt so bad. I was in line trying to unload my groceries and I couldn't stop coughing. I had this awful tickle in my throat. Anyway, I grabbed a drink and it helped some, but not very much. So I hate when that happens because everybody's kind of looking at you. It's like, really, I'm not that sick. But anyway, so I'm feeling, like I said, I'm feeling much better. That was just kind of a weird coughing fit I had. I'm going to be teaching next week for Canopy Oaks chapter in Tallahassee, so I'm looking forward to that. I'll be teaching Alphabet of Stitches. That's a 2 day class. So that's what I got coming up. Okay, that's enough of my life and my cold and blah blah. Um, I mentioned in my last video that I was going to be attending the EGA Sun Region Retreat in, where was it? Jacksonville at the beginning of April. So it was a wonderful retreat. I had a great time. I started a new project, which I'm going to show later. I did have a pop-up shop, plus I brought some of my teaching pieces, and I have handouts that I give out with like small descriptions and pictures of the pieces. I did well at selling, and I'm hoping I might have got a few a few teaching assignments or out of that. I gave out a few of the class lists. So it was a fun time. We had good food. We actually had breakfast and lunch catered in, or they brought it, the hotel provided it every day. So that was nice. And then, oh my God, I don't know why I'm yawning. I didn't get my nap today. That's why. But I I didn't get to go out to dinner at night. I had decided to kind of stay in the room, and then I ended up just going out to the lobby. They had a little bistro set up, and I had a sandwich and that kind of stuff there. But it was fun. I had a great time, got to see a lot of people I know, some I don't know as well. Had a great roommate. Eileen Patterson, thank you for sharing your room with me. Um, I got to meet new people. I love retreats. It was just a nice, pretty relaxing weekend. But as you came in, you got everybody got a little goodie bag. And this is a wonderful, no, it's not really a goodie bag. It's just a bunch of goodies. So this is it folds up and you can set it on your table in front of you to put your orts or little scraps of fabric or linen, scraps of threads and that in it. So one woman, I'm sorry, I don't have her name. She made all of these for everybody. There were 65 people there. These are amazing. And then inside that was this wonderful little bag full of fun stuff. They're nice little, it's like a matchbook, but it had a needle threader and size 24, 26, and 28 needles. A little star-shaped beeswax. This is fun. It's like a mascara brush, but if you've ever had to tear out some stuff, and you end up with like loose threads or fuzzies, you can just use this to brush it off the front and back of your fabric. So that's always good to have in your stitching bag. I have several, which is nice because I have a lot of little stitching bags everywhere. Everybody got this wonderful expandable magnet. So if you drop your needle, you can just bend over and run this along the floor and find your needle. So that's fun. A little highlighter on a key ring. This wonderful Make the Wish Come True. That was the theme of the Sun Region Retreat. So this is a little 3-inch measure to help you, know where to start up in the corner, and then a place to, store threads, hang some extra threads. There's actually a magnet. So I think if you put a needle on there, it should stick to it. All sorts of fun stuff. And these cute little scissors. I love these little scissors. These are great for traveling. They're tiny, 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 but they're really sharp. If you can see how sharp they are, but they're very sharp. They work well. And then they have a little cap built in. So these are great, like if you're flying. And at the bottom of the bag, there's some Hershey Kisses and a couple of mints. I already ate one of my mints. There's some Hershey Kisses, just some little treats. So that's just some of the fun stuff you'll find at a retreat. I did buy some stuff. I may show it later. There was a couple of people had passed away and they had donated their stash to their local chapter. So they brought their stuff in and there was so much. It was just like amazing. It was really hard for me not to buy a lot more than I did. I did pick up a couple of kits, a shepherd's bush, and I think and a sampler with Aversois silk threads. I couldn't pass it up at the price. And then they had another table with somebody else's items, and they had books, which I love books of stitches. These are older books, but it doesn't matter because they're stitches. Stitches don't get old or outdated. So whenever I see books like that, I get I buy them, especially if I can get them inexpensively. So I think I got 3 or 4 books plus some really nice notebook binders with the clear page things. I like to use those when I teach so I can put the pages in there and keep all my instructions together for when I teach. So anyway, that was a fun. Maybe next time I'll show some of the books that I got while I was there. So anyway, and next I want to talk about, I have 2 whips. I said I started a new project. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but I've been showing the progress on Sarah Avis. I think last time I had just moved the scroll frame and figured out I'm only going to have maybe this much at the bottom, which is not good. But It's going to work out. I'm going to make it work out. So anyway, I've gotten quite a bit done, especially because I was sick. So I was spending a lot of time watching TV, and I actually just got myself hooked on Game of Thrones again. Oh my God. I've been through I've gone through 3 seasons already. I've watched it before up until the last couple of seasons. I think Jeffrey and I had them on or DVDs, and we watched, I think, up till season 6. I'm not sure how far we got beyond that. I know I have not seen the end of it. But anyway, so I have been watching Game of Thrones, at least trying to watch at least one episode a day. And then on days when I don't, my regular shows aren't on, I'll watch 3 or 4, whatever. So anyway, but that's what I've been doing while I've been working on Sarah Avis. So you can see I have the house done. This house is huge. It's a lot, but it was kind of fun. It's all just cross stitch, and it's a lot, but it was also good for watching TV because it's simple. You don't have to count a lot. So, first thing I did, I think before I had like part of the roof done, but what I did when after I moved the scroll frame down, I did all the white lines, and then I filled in the windows and filled in the door. So, and then when you're done with that, it's just filling in all the red. So I didn't have to really count or anything, but that took quite a while. So now I'm working on the bottom. I'm going to show you the original in a minute, but it's got like a couple rows of um, grass. So there's like 3 shades of green, I think it is. 2 rows of this color green, 2 rows of another color green, and 5 or 6 rows of another color green. And then there's a fence below that in satin stitch. And then Sarah's name and the date are all stitched down there. And then this border continues all the way around the bottom, but you can see this is like all the fabric I had left. So this is, um, it's going to come about, well, maybe down to here. So I'm hoping I should have enough, but it's been a lot of fun. Um, it was nice to have this while I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't have to like try and count and as much because these are fairly evenly spaced. There's a few windows that are a little bit bigger than others, but I'm hoping to have this ready to release pretty soon if I can finish getting it stitched. I'll keep you updated. I'm sure I'll have more to show in the next video. Fingers crossed. So what I've started, this is my other whip. I did not take that with me to the retreat because it's 46 count. It's pretty tight. It's challenging to see, although I do have my +4 magnifiers and really good lighting. Excuse me. And good lighting. I have a really nice light that I take with me, but 46 count is pretty intense for a retreat. So what did I pick? I picked a project with 40 count. I know it's not that much bigger, but it is because the fabric's a little more open. So it's a little easier to see. So I'm in the Tudor Rose Sampler Guild. It's an online guild. They are based out of Texas, and they used to meet in person all the time, but then with COVID, like everything else, they started meeting over Zoom. And then when that happened, you can bring in people from everywhere. I mean, there's people from all over the United States that now I don't know if there's anybody from other countries, but I know there's people from all over the United States. It's a very big guild. So they're doing a stitch along, SAL, stitch along, over the summer because it's not real busy over the summer for stitching and stuff. So they picked this. This is by the Blue Flower, Janine McGowan. And this is a fun little creation. So this is what it looks like laid out. It's long and skinny. if you can see it very well there. You can kind of see the white lines. So this is called Bees in the Greenhouse. So each section of this is like a section of a greenhouse. So you can kind of see here. And then it folds up into the center and it's all stitched together. So what we're supposed to do is work on stitching this. And then I don't remember when it is. I think maybe August. Janine's going to come and join our group over Zoom and teach us how to put it together. So this is available on her website. This is called the Blue Flower. This was originally designed for the Houston Embroiderers Guild 50th anniversary. So, and the model was stitched on 40 count friendship green linen by Fabrics from Stephanie, which is a pale green. And then it was stitched with one strand of DMC floss. Well, I did not want to go buy more linen, so I dug through my stash and I found this beautiful, it's alabaster linen. So it's a little, it's hard to tell with this, but it's a little gray. And I decided I had this two huge bags of Victorian Motto floss. They no longer make it. Victorian Motto sampler shop. They no longer make floss. So a friend of mine brought it in to one of the like Saturday stitches, and she was donating them, and then you like paid a donation, however much you wanted. So I bought two bags, I mean, big, like gallon size bags of all the different colors of floss, but I can't use it in my designs because it is no longer available. So I decided to work, I just picked all my colors and I am working it in a kind of picking and choosing. I kind of tried to go with some of the same colors she was using. Each section is different colors. This is foxglove, and each section has a different bee on it, done in different colors. I don't really want to show the chart, the whole chart, but you can see, here's a couple of the bees here. So I'm really excited and it's fun, and it was nice to do at a retreat where I didn't have to think so much about it because I could just stitch it. It was supposed to have white, but I decided to go with, what is it called? Everlasting Flowers, which is, it's hard to see, but it's kind of a pinky cream color. And I did it with two strands to make it heavier. And that is what the outline of each section is going to be, this size with a point at the top and a little design up here. But I wanted it to show. So I did this with two strands of floss, and then the regular cross stitch I am doing with one strand. It makes it a little more delicate, but it makes the outline show up better because I was really afraid this was going to blend in too much. It's supposed to be subtle. I mean, you can see on her picture, it's hard to see, but it is the white. If you go to the Blue Flower website, it's www.blueflowerstitching.com. Oops, you can't see that. Anyway, it says it down at the bottom. And she has this for sale as a PDF. It's $10. To me, it was worth it. And I used all my stash stuff, and it's a very fun stitch. And I believe she actually has instructions on how to put this together on her website also, but she's actually going to come and talk to us. So I'm really excited about that. She gives, the directions are great, plus she gives you a whole detailed list. So it says, see detailed finishing instructions on the notes and instructions page of the website, which is blueflowerstitching.com. So anyway, that's what I worked on at the retreat. I didn't get a huge amount done. I was there, well, the retreat didn't start till like 5 o'clock on Friday. And then you had all day Saturday. And then till 4 o'clock on Sunday. Well, it's a 4-hour drive for me, So I started closing up my shop. I mean, it takes me a while because I don't know I probably had 50 of those little salt cellars that have to be individually wrapped, plus all the other glass stuff I had. I did sell some stuff, but still a lot of stuff to pack up and put away. So I started packing up around 11 a.m. and I left about 1 because I wanted to get home before it was dark. So anyway, it was the trip back was bad. It was just busy, busy, crazy busy. Stopped on the major highway I-75 on the way down. Craziness, but I had my audiobook, so I just chilled out. Took me about 3.5 hours to get there, and it was well over 4 hours to get home. So anyway, but it's it's still worth it. It was fun. I did have a great time. Now, for my last thing, I'm not having much. I'm trying to keep these short and sweet. I've heard people don't want them to be too long. So, let me know. Let me know what you think. If it's too short, I can lengthen it. Of course, you can always skip around. But this is my exciting news. I have a new design coming out. Um, I'm going to show it. I'm going to pull it up on PowerPoint so you can really see it and see the original and the reproduction and some details. So anyway, let me bring it up and then I'll talk about it some more. Okay, this is Mary Ansell, 1822, and this was stitched by Mary Ansell, obviously. She was 12 years old. The date on it is November 8th, 1822. This is a fabulous sampler. The border is, I just love it with it's got birds and flowers, and I don't even know what all kinds of flowers, gilly flowers and some other things, but it's got a really cool border on it. It has two fantastic birds on the baskets on either side of Adam and Eve. It's got a wonderful verse on it. So it looks kind of funky because it looks darker on the very bottom of this because I actually laid a piece of paper under it so you could see the words because it has this great verse on it. So let me bring up next. This is my reproduction of it. You can see it's pretty exact. I did fill in the words that were missing. There is some loss to this sampler, some holes, but you can easily fill in, if most of the letter is there, you can fill it in, but you can really see the great border on this and the two birds, and they're each holding a little apple stitched over one or fruit, not necessarily an apple in their mouth. And then there's Adam and Eve. I assume Eve's on the right and has a belly button. I don't know. And, other things. And then the snake is wrapped around the tree. So let me pull up. This is a close-up of the border. Isn't that great? This was when I was working on it. I was taking pictures as I was stitching it. This is worked on 36 count linen with DMC floss it's 36 count over 2. This is 36 count Edinburgh cream. I think it's cream Edinburgh linen. So it's very pretty. It's a lot of fun. It was a fun stitch. So here is the whole top border across. Again, this was while I was working on it. So I was taking progress pictures and posting them. And it's kind of blurry, but this is the center section of the reproduction. And you can see Adam and Eve, and there's the snake wrapped around the tree. Actually, it looks like he's like hanging in front of the tree, but and all the fruit on the trees. And then there's all little crowns and flowers and baskets and trees. And like I said, the two birds they each have it like a fruit hanging out of their mouth, and that is stitched over one. It's all cross stitch other than that. There is no specialty stitches in this. And here is the center section with the verse. It's a fun verse. I'm gonna bring it up and show it to you next. so you can really see it. But here again, you can see the fun border, and she had a couple little hearts down at the bottom and some other fun things. So this is the verse with all the spelling errors left in, as you can see by the word ruled, she spelled R-U-I-L-D, and there's some other grammatical errors. But the verse says, the serpent said, be ruled by me and pluck the fruit of the tree. You'll be as gods. Then said the devil, and you will know both good and evil. She plucked the fruit, it tasted sweet, and gave to Adam for to eat. The which did all their glory blast, they out of paradise were cast. I love it. It's so cool. I'm not sure about the part that says the witch with all their glory blast, but I have to, I did it the way she had it written. So anyway, that's the fun verse. And then here are the two samplers side by side. So you can see they're, the same and pretty much the same size. So that's Mary Ansel. Again, I am posting this I'm trying to get it posted on Etsy, and I'm having a hard time. Etsy is having problems. I don't know what. I think they're going to a lot of AI stuff, and they're having problems with it because I tried to post it. I tried to post the digital version, which you have to do them separate, and then the chart, which you can order, and then I mail it to you. I have both. Neither one would work. It takes a while. I get everything filled out. There's all sorts of stuff you have to do and select and type in and all that good stuff. And I get it all done and I view it. You can view a preview it. So I do that and it looks great. And then I go to publish it and red error with some kind of big long error code. So I went in and looked to see if there was anything, because sometimes it'll say fix this or fix that, and it wouldn't even let me save it, which is a pain because now I have to go put it all in there again. Luckily, I'm really good at copying and pasting, but still, it's a lot of work. Well, it's work. So I thought, well, let me try the digital version. So I did the same thing, digital version, big red error message with this big long code, said, please send us this code. So I did, and within a minute, I actually got two emails back. One was the standard email, which is, hey, sorry, you're having problems, blah, blah. And then the next one was, yeah, we're having problems with this. We're working on it. So there's something, I don't know, it was a big, long email. It said you may need to change this and that. Well, I didn't have any of that in there, whatever it was they were talking about. So I didn't have to change any of that. And then I tried and tried, couldn't get it to work. So I just deleted it. And it does sound like a lot of people are having that problem if they came back with a very detailed message. So I'm going to keep trying a few times every day. I'll probably try one more time before I go to bed tonight. And I'm going to try again like tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, see if I can get her posted. So, because I'm so excited and I know you all want it, but I can't, it doesn't want to post. So anyway, it's an Etsy problem. It's not a me problem. Ugh. Technology sometimes can drive you crazy. So anyway, but that's it for FlossTube 78. Thank you for sticking with me and watching all of this. As always, thank you to everybody who likes, subscribed, comments on my videos. I love all the comments. Thank you for the compliments on my hair. I'm still getting used to it. It's fun. And don't forget to share if you're doing the Stitch of the Month. Share your photos on the Stitch of the Month Facebook group. Be sure to follow Morning Glory Needleworks Facebook group because I'm going to be posting whenever I get this on, I will post a link to the Etsy website, or you can just keep going to my Etsy website and checking it. I will have it featured at the top. So it will be easy to find. And the next will be May 1st, 2025, and we will have a new stitch of the month. I'm not sure what that will be yet, but if there's some stitches you want to learn, let me know. I'll probably have, I may show the new books I got, and I have another antique sampler I may be showing you too, just because I like it. And in all my spare time, I'm hoping to get it reproduced after I get all this other stuff reproduced. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again May 1st.